Good morning, everybody. This is Max Farrell. This is dexfxcopy.com daily update, and boy, am I excited! Lots of great stuff happening. We just released our two parts of our process, which I was talking to you about yesterday. We call the first part the fast forward. This is where we forward test all of our bots and data, and we give you an opportunity to take part in this process, or you could take part in the Max Prime. Now, if you're already a member and you've been a member from the beginning, if you were part of that beginning set, you already have this Max Prime. We are now bringing on clients that are just have access to this Max Prime or the Fast Forward. As clients that have been on before the system, you actually have access to both of these, okay? But to be honest with you, if you want to do the process of filtering out what pairs to do and all that kind of good stuff, the best thing for you to do is to do the fast forward. If you want to filter out those pairs, great. There's some training that I'm going to be putting on to show you how to do that, how to look at my effects book and see which one. You've probably seen me do it in a few of these updates to show you exactly how to do that. And this will get you and yield you some good results if you're smart about it. Okay, but if you just want to kind of set and forget, go over and just accept the Max Prime. We put it on all of your accounts now, so you can be able to see this. Just do the Max Prime, right? But let me give you an update of what's happening with the bots. And the best way for me to give you that update is simply, let's just go straight to the portfolio. Okay, I'm going to show you. Let's show you first. Let's show Odin first. Now, again, everything is always about the equity curve. Where is it going, right? And as you can see, scroll back up. As you can see, here is, because we just started out here on the 12th of January, you can kind of see we fell below the equity, but remember, we have multiple pairs on that we're testing to see which pairs are doing the best, okay? And on Odin, Audi JPY does really good. Euro Australian dollar, Euro Great Britain pound. There's even a positive equity, even with a loss on one side. There's a positive equity there. Great Britain pound USD, holy El Crapo, that's awesome. And there's even a positive equity curve on the USD JPY, even though I really don't like losses on one side. The Max Prime wouldn't get something that had a loss on one side. It would be only on pairs that are positive equity, on this one. So we wouldn't use this one. We wouldn't use this one, of course. Oops. Got to get my groove on. We wouldn't use that one. We wouldn't use this one. We wouldn't do that one. So that would leave one. Or maybe not even that one. Not that one. We use this one, and this one. So just those three, just from the 12th, we would have, and now remember, this is 0.01. This is a micro lot, right? So we're looking at about, for 12 days, so 13 days, about 140 pips, right? Again, that's not a lot. But what it could be in the future, this is only one part, right? So that's basically what I do, is that I look for, where's my positive equity? If it falls down below, if I go back tomorrow, if I come back tomorrow and this is falling down below positive equity, guess what? I filter that one out. If one becomes back in a positive equity, if it works its way back up, if it struggles to get there. Now, if one never wins, if it starts to, like, it's always, 22%, and it's been 3 months it's been on there, I might look at doing a reversal process. Strip this one from the main series and put it on its own and call it the reverse. Right? The land of reverses. Might just make one MetaTrader 4 where I put all the bots on it and run all the bad pairs and just reverse everything that it does. and I might do that. We'll call that Bizarro. Right? Like the Superman thing. All right. That's neither here nor there. All right, so that's the Odin. Let's go over to the Grinch. Grins had a pretty flat day yesterday. We had a little bit of a loss. But again, let's look at the summary. Okay, the summary is pretty good. We got 1, 2, the AUD USD, Euro JPY. Now, I wouldn't use the USD CA did, but even though that we had some good numbers on it, because the losses only yielded out a low loss, this might be something that you may, like if you're filtering out your own, you may only want to filter out that one. Okay? Got some good runs happening right now. Okay? That's the Grinch. Let's have a look at Vader. Vader on its own is doing pretty dang good, and I'm digging it. Okay, I'm digging. It has a little fish belly here, but I'm not really worried about that. There's some good things happening with Vader. Good numbers all the way around. Vader itself is a nice strong bot, it looks like, and I'm really digging this. I'm really digging the numbers. Okay, if we can continue Vader to do on this climb, then we got some great things ahead of us, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4 out of the 6 that are stupidly strong. NZJPY should be even just taken off. So the good part is that the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pairs, there's only 2 that are doing bad. Right? So it looks pretty dang good to me. Vader might even just be a service I might just put out there just to be fat, just to go straight from it. Because even though that we dropped down, remember, this equity curve looks like this, possibly because the history in what we do is it looks like this. Right? And that's what we want to find. Vader looks like it's becoming a very strong bot. And this is what I do, folks. I search for these systems, these programs, Vader, Odin, our own, Simply Effects, right? And we look for these things. Too many people, you're looking for this. See, this is a unicorn. This program right here is a unicorn. Now, by the way, why do you think we are only using these pairs? Because I did test. I did back testing. I did the exhaustive check all the parameters in each one. These bots aren't easy to use. These systems aren't easy. This wasn't just a set and forget for me. This was days and days and days of testing prior to putting it on this process. So we're very excited about this. All right, let's jump on. Simply Forex. All right, again, because I know we got some pairs that are killing it, but some that are not. Right here. The Euro JPY doing very well. And the USD JPY hurting a little bit in that 50-50 process. But on the long sides, on the short sides, I mean, is really killing it. So that's why it sort of puts it into that positive realm. But really, Simply Effects is there's only one that's really doing decently. And that's a Euro JPY. But at a 55% success rate. I usually like to see above 60. The Great Britain Pound JPY doing very, very well at 69. So not 1, 2. I apologize. Okay? So is that enough? Is that enough for me to go, is this something that we should be able to use? And the answer is yes. Because we'll do it on the Euro JPY and the Great Britain Pound JPY. That's what we're looking for. All right, so that one's doing pretty good. Let's look at, see, we did Vader, we did Grinch, did Odin. Did we do Odin? Yeah, we did Odin. Effects. Okay, so now all that's left is one called Swipe. Now, listen, there's this company called iMarkets Live, right? IML. IML is an MLM. That's right, multi-level marketing network. But they do Forex tools. And they do so in such a fashion that they have, that's just the business side, but they have some tools. Now these tools that they have a thing called swipe trades, right, which is stuff that they send you links to your phone, and they have mirror trades that happen that you can mirror, just like our dexfxcopy kind of process, but they have like 10, 15 masters in there trading pairs. And when they do so, they'll copy them to your system, right? But I've always been suspect of them because they're one of those equity traders that, you know, they play this game where they got a whole bunch of open trades, right? You get a whole bunch of open trades, open traders, and they close them and they're doing okay closing them, but every once in a while they got to close out one of their big losers over here. So sometimes they might have a minus 1,200 pips. I seen one that had minus 4,500 pips, and I was asking people that brought me into that, you know, hey, what is up with this? Because remember, I'm always on the hunt for strategies, for bots, for EAs, indicators, things that'll make the job easier for us to make money. Simply Forex is my bot. The Grinch is now my bot because I created it from open source products and systems that were out there. Where did it come from? It came from Rob Booker's Finch. But I added a whole bunch of things in there. We're adding a whole bunch of things into our Simply Forex program now too, as well as to all of our bots. We're adding a management system that will do something like I already do. Let me pull you in here. I'll show you what I end up doing. In most cases, once we get to a certain level of profit margin on a bot, I start looking at how can we trim it. Okay, here's a stop loss. I already know that once it reaches to a certain limit, I want to break my time even, because I know that if this thing is really about going down, it's going to go down from this level. Okay, so I just trimmed that down to get some money onto it, to get a little fat on it. And as I do that, this thing goes down further, we get even more money. And you can see 72 pips, 72, 74 pips, 18 pips. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't go the same in the opposite direction. Had a couple losses there. But 63 pips, 84 pips. You see that? This is probably why the Vader's doing so well. I do the same thing for the Odin. I go through and I look. Right now, the NZD USD kind of getting punched in the face. All right. And of course, once we get, this is the Prime network. Now we've only put 26 pips on the board so far, but we're going to be putting more. I have been furiously building more and more. Now we're bringing on a few things. We're bringing on 3 more bots. Okay, and you're going to see those. I'll have them all for you folks to be able to check the process here. We're bringing on 3 more bots. We're bringing on 1 management system. Right, 1 management system to manage the trades. To do what I do is to create equity, and we're probably going to put that on the Max Prime. We're going to test it on a different system first. We're going to test it on a different platform to see if it works out. All right. Lastly, let's talk about a few things. If you need a VPS, I want you to head over to Dex Tools. Okay, or I'm sorry. Let's try that again. dexwebtools.com. Okay? And get yourself a VPS. If you're unsure which one to get, message me and I'll help you out through that process. Now, I know 1 or 2 of you have gotten one already, and we're going to get in there and help you set those up, and I do apologize. We've been extremely busy. We'll make some time to be able to do that and get that on board. We also have dexfxcopy. dexfxcopywb.com coming up here. And what this is going to be is a tool that you actually You don't have to have a MetaTrader 4 or a VPS 4. You just log in, pay your due, or actually you log in. We've already got you covered on the pays of the dues part of it. We add you into that, and you just log in, put your account number on, put your password in, and done. Attach the copy that you want, done. Very, very powerful. And I'll be putting all that together over the next day or so to get it out to you as fast as possible. We're going to try to get it all in your hands by Monday. We were trying this previous Monday, but we had to write some contracts with this company. This is a third-party company that we've created a white label for. So don't go thinking I'm like some sort of crazy man that could just build stuff overnight. All right. So I hope this finds you all well, and I hope that you really are enjoying our progress. And I know it's been slow going, but I knew once we found the proper data in there, once we were able to do it and really just let the things work their way around. Remember, this isn't about trying to look at each day and seeing, am I doing well? Am I doing bad? Am I doing well? Am I doing bad? And if you do bad for a moment, remember, you're always, in the very beginning, you have the potential to fall below 0. But what we want to see is eventual climb, slow, methodical climb. Why do we want to see slow, methodical climb? Let me give you just a little bit of help here. If you have methodical climb like this, you're safe. Even if it was something like this, as long as you were raising up, you would feel safe. Why? Because this scares the living hell out of me, right? Even though that it's a climb up, it still scares the hell out of me because this amount could be anything. Put your imagination in. 100 pips, 200 pips, 300, 1 pip. If I said this was 1 pip, it's all a matter of perspective. Even though that eventually we do have an equity climb, what is just 1 pip? Well, that kind of makes sense. It's like a heartbeat, right? That same line could look like this, but your perspective is pulled back. You're looking at a macro look, not a micro look. Right? So keep that in mind. We're building equity here over long term, and that requires data. That requires that in 1 year, where do you want to be? You're not paying a monthly fee yet. No, none of you are that are here right now. Okay? So it's not like it's drawing you down. If you're impatient, I apologize, but we're doing the best we can. All right? Take care. I'll see you on side, and as always, trade well.